Hi, welcome to the Come Together Hub podcast. Today I'm here with
Daniel,
Nicola,
John.
and I'm Lisa, and we're going to be doing a discussion on dealing with difficult people in recovery. Who's going to start?
Depends what you consider difficult, I think.
Yeah,
What is a difficult person in recovery?
yeah,
Is it someone who doesn't understand? Is it someone who doesn't care?
I think I struggle with dealing with people who's not on a programme these days, because I'm striving to become different and deal with things different and have empathy with other people and understanding around, that they're not an addict or that, that they're not in the same, mindset as me and everything. But I struggle with that because I now see a better way of behaving. I think I suppose I expect everyone else to behave the same way, and they don't, do they?
No.
It's like life on life's terms. It's people on people's terms too, isn't it?
I find that whilst I'm in recovery, I'm more aware of what the world's like.
Yeah,
More aware of what people are like, where when I was out of recovery, I actually didn't care.
yeah,
But now I'm aware of what's out there and
Yeah.
people out there, so I can find it quite frustrating sometimes, even down to some people lack common sense.
yeah,
I find that a big one for me,
yeah,
and I now have to learn how I should deal with that as opposed to judge. They're not intentionally being difficult, but in my head they are.
yeah. And that's what I've started trying to do, not judge people on, how they may act towards me. I can only respond my way, can't I now? I can't control, and that's one thing that, my sponsor everything drums into me. You can't control other people, places and things. You can only control yourself. And I think no matter how difficult the person is, as long as I'm putting spiritual principles and my programme in front of how I deal with them people, then I'm happy with whatever outcome that may be, because I can only control myself. You know what I mean? And I think that's getting the understanding of around that's hard.
How about you, Nikki?
to be honest, I was just sitting here thinking, what does that even mean? For me, is there actually such thing as difficult people, or is it just that sometimes I personally find someone's behaviour difficult?
Yeah.
I think how I deal with it is usually, if I recognise it, it's because I recognise it because I've done it.
Yeah.
Or and we can quite easily in recovery, I think, as time goes on, and I've been guilty of this, not out my mouth but in my head, is I don't act that way anymore, so you almost again it's judgment, and would I have liked that for me in early recovery, and even now when I act in mad behaviours, which I still can, controversially, I don't think there's such thing as difficult people. I just think it's what we deem to be difficult.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that for some people in the past, present and future, they might find me a difficult person. But at the end of the day, I watch people who have gone before me and newcomers handle situations, difficult people, with grace, and I admire it, you know what I mean? Because what it means is there's no pain for me, and there's no pain for that person. If I am screwing my head about somebody that's annoyed me or frustrated me, then ultimately I'm just in a load of pain, you know what I mean? And it's my problem.
Yeah.
So is that a difficult person, or is it just my problem?
Yeah, and it's
my
pointing
problem
something out to me that I need to deal with,
or that I've already dealt with. So somehow it makes me qualified in my mind to be able to judge that person. However, I'm not without judgment. I just do not open my mouth these days. I don't need to tell that person, control that person. I don't need that person to become what I want them to be. I just have to meet people where they're fucking at, because that's what people did for me and continue to do for me. That enables me to be my authentic self.
Yeah. Was that people in recovery though, or everybody around you type of thing?
Everybody around me, because ultimately, like, people who are not in recovery are still going to exert behaviours that I might find difficult.
Yeah.
And again, you said about people who don't work a programme. Well, my answer to that is, well, thank God they don't need to. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's a beautiful experience for me, but that there was pain before that got me in here. So
Yeah.
I have to and that's also having to accept, like, they don't need a program, so why are we expecting it from them? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, that's not our right. You know, I've got no autonomy over anyone but myself, and like, I've encountered difficult situations, and what always makes me proud is I try to handle it with grace and integrity.
Yeah.
So Daniel, what do you think of what Nikki said there?
Yeah, I think like for myself, I try and sort of practice the principles like inside, outside the rooms in everyday life. And my sponsors always said to me, like, Danny, when you feel yourself getting angry over something, or someone's annoying you, or you might be like they're trying to overtake you in the car or whatever, what are they going through? Why are they acting like that? And
Compassion.
have
Yeah.
compassion for what's going on. You know, that person who's fiddling with the change in front of you, you know, they might have had some bad news. You just don't know what people are going through. And again, it's having we should try not to have expectations on other people. We can only look at us.
Do you know what's a really good point there as well for me? Is also not having expectations on myself that I'm not going to get annoyed by people, that I'm not going to get frustrated, that I'm not going to find people difficult. That's not a recovery thing, that's a human
Yeah.
experience, you know what I mean? Being able to value my humanness allows me not to fucking pick myself apart because I've judged someone in my head. I just need to move on, because that can make me very sick. This person will not know that I've judged them, but what's happening is I'm going home with that, and I'm getting sicker because I'm going, why the fuck have you done that
Yeah.
for? You should know better.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know anything. Sorry for swearing.
And I think
do it again.
today as well, knowing that I can remove myself from a situation if I'm speaking to a person or whatever, and you know, don't see it, like you say, common sense, or you know, it's, you know, if I'm not, you know, getting, you know, the response, I can always remove myself from that today, and I wouldn't have done that, you know, before.
But how would we ever learn if we didn't have to deal with people that we find difficult? Like, that is imperative in recovery, I think, for me, to have to spend time and be kind to the people that I don't necessarily gel with. I can't have it all my way and just have people around me that, you know, do everything my way and live up to my expectations, because that is not life on life's terms and living a new way of life. I believe that I have to be surrounded by things that make me uncomfortable to grow. Like,
And we have to accept in recovery, everyone's at different stages. Everyone's going through different stuff, you know, and it's not all about me. You know, I have to show that compassion. Just even if you know, even just nodding with them, agreeing with them, listening, you know, it's showing that compassion.
But do you not think that, I get all of that, what everyone said, but for me as well is why should I have all that compassion, understanding and not judge when everyone in the world is doing the exact opposite to me?
Because we can only change ourselves.
That's fine. But you know, I get it, but you know, I can go out there wanting to fix the world or whatever, or thinking no one's going to touch me and mentally or emotionally, but you know, people do things that annoy me. And no one's adverse of that.
no,
You know, so I will snap. You know, I will say, really? You know, I will get annoyed.
Because we're human, aren't we?
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
the thing is, you can be annoyed and you can be frustrated without having to harm people. That's the truth.
I would
innit?
get that,
Like, And that's, I think, for me, that's how I've interpreted the programme, is that, but I get it, I feel annoyed. Do I then now fucking go at that person, like, because I don't agree with their behaviour? No. Have I done it? Yes. Have I had to make an amends? Yes, because that's what the programme gives me, innit? And that's
I
what you're
get that,
speaking
but
about.
it's a bit like, it's what you've just said, do I? Should I? Well, actually, shouldn't that person be thinking the same then? And if they're not, well, you are going to get angry. No, you shouldn't attack anyone physically. I'm guilty of the verbal.
But which can be as harmful, can't it, sometimes?
Well,
you know,
it'll only ever be around what
Yeah.
the situation is, you know, but
Isn't that a pretty painful place to be for you, though?
no, not at all.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Not at all.
And I
Open
Because I
eyes.
suppose,
feel as though I'm
Conversation.
teaching people.
yeah, yeah,
You think like I am.
yeah.
You know, go around thinking of others, not
Mm.
just yourself, because
Yeah.
that's exactly what people do.
Yeah.
Is they don't think about others, they're just doing what we say, getting on with life, fine, but get on with it, but think of the person around you. Stood in the supermarket at the checkout and someone's fumbling around with their phone trying to click. It clearly ain't working. Get your money
I
out.
love job, I love it.
But you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And if you're 4 or 5 in the queue and 3 people do that,
Yeah.
excuse me,
Yeah,
you know, you might have all day, but I ain't.
Yeah.
That ain't working.
yeah,
Yeah.
So that's where I come from with my frustration
Yeah.
with
Everyone's
the
entitled
society.
to that, and that's
Yeah.
also part of what we do here. Is like some people might say somebody having a different opinion than you is a difficult person, but it's not like we've all got opinions around this table. We're all entitled to. Do we have to take that on, leave the room, and put that into action? No, because it's our opinion.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So everyone's entitled.
And
However,
Yeah.
However,
I've been given the cue that we've got to wrap this up now. So
thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and we'll catch you later.
thanks, guys.
Bye.